that doesn't get old. Welcome back to Born Again Motoring. Oh, here I am in the C8 Corvette. It's been a while since I've done actual drive in the C8. It's getting a lot of garage time, but here we are. Let me give you some updates and let's hit the road. Okay, let's go ahead and set off. In the C8 Corvette. So as I had mentioned, it has been a little while since I did a video in this car because I've been so occupied with the Type R, naturally, because it's my new vehicle. Let's talk about how the Type R compares to this C8. Hello, Mustang. How are you? So, the C8 it's been getting a lot of garage time. I have 16,000 miles on this, almost 16,762 miles. And it's just been, ever since I got the Type R over a month ago, it's just been sitting in the garage. And jumping back into it today, because I haven't driven it for about a week and a half, it was quite interesting because it was almost like the first time I had driven it again. The first thing I notice is how much I really enjoy the seats in the Type R. These C8 seats are great, don't get me wrong. These are the GT2 seats, so I have a lot of customization. They're leather rather than the Alcantara sort of suede material in the Type R. But the level of comfort and grippiness is not the same, even with all the adjustability. Well, that doesn't get old. Here's one key difference, and that would be the horsepower, of course, and how that power is delivered. So if you're new to the C8 Corvette, this has 495 horsepower. And it's mid-engine, so it's a rear mid-engine. The engine sits behind the back tires. Not behind the back tires, but it sits in the back, right behind the driver. And it can, of course, put the power down very, very effectively. Whereas the Civic Type R is a front-engine, front-wheel drive car, which, believe me, I've got nothing but comments on from the shorts I've been posting about how much people hate that it's front-wheel drive. It should have been all-wheel drive. It doesn't put the power down effectively, blah, 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 right? That's not that big of a deal to me because I have this C8, which is a true sports car, truthfully rear-wheel drive, not front-engine rear-wheel drive, but rear-engine rear-wheel drive, or I'm sorry, mid-engine rear-wheel drive. But yeah, people are very critical of that about the Type R. To that I say, you are missing out on a great driving experience, regardless of the drivetrain. That car, it's phenomenal. And speaking from experience, not just from observing things on the internet. You know, I'm driving a C8. I own a C8. I've owned many rear-wheel drive cars, even all-wheel drive cars. This one, the Type R, is no less fun because it's front-wheel drive. You can't drift it, but if you lift off the throttle while going hard into a corner, it will oversteer on you, and that's a fun exercise to correct. It's like the reverse of driving a rear-wheel drive drift car. Very, very unique experience. But you know, don't let that deter you from getting behind the wheel and actually driving it and experiencing it. As I sit here in my C8, which is dual clutch automatic, with a manual mode, of course, I long for that engagement of the Type R. So which one's better, out of the cars I own, the C8 or the Type R? Depends on what you're looking for, what I'm looking for the day. The C8 is a definitely more of a performance capable car because of all of its technology and its layout. From a performance perspective, it destroys the Type R. There's no way around it. Stock for stock, even at the higher levels, the C8 has higher potential because of its mid-engine layout. The Type R will always be limited by its front-wheel drive capability, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It is what it is. You get to a certain point, if you're only looking at performance and power, you are limited by the drivetrain. This layout is literally the best. Having the engine back there, with it being rear-wheel drive, you will be able to put the power down. And this car, you can consistently do 0 to 60 in sub 3s. Some people do 2.7, just depends on where you're at. The Type R, you're gonna get low mid 5s. I'm sorry, yeah, low to mid 5 second range. And then, yes, the handling is great. The car is tuned very well. But again, this mid-engine layout, you're going against physics, so you will have a limit. So which one is better? Well, this is the better sports car, but the Type R is the better overall car because it offers other features that a normal car offers. 4 doors, huge trunk space. The C8 is a true to nature sports car. So for me, it's not that there is one better, it's just what need do I have for that day or for the day. Now, as I'm riding in this Corvette, I remember how smooth, how good the suspension is for this MagneRide, for these MagneRide dampers. They're very, very nice. I have it in sport mode. The Type R is a little rough, and that's well known. It won't kill you, and it does a decently good job in comfort mode. But even this sport mode is softer than the comfort mode in the Type R. Which, yeah, the Integra Type S, the dampening module you can get and plug into the Type R if you want to fix that. I don't want to fix it. I actually like that about the Type R. It's kind of interesting because as I drive and compare these two cars, it's like the Type R is more of a do-everything car, but it's rougher, whereas this is more of the pure sports car, but it's more, it's more of a docile opponent, when you want it to be. Because if you put this on track mode, it can get very stiff. But still not even as stiff as the Type R. Let's give it some more here as we merge. Oh. It's fun to cross the solid line, isn't it? Okay, So yeah, being back in the seat of the C8, I drive it once a week. This has kind of become my weekend car. It's still such a very good car. This 2020 C8, the fit and finish still feels good. No major rattles. Like I said, the suspension is nice and solid. Now with prices the way they are, Chevy's struggling to sell these things, and you can get them for under MSRP depending on the dealership you go to. I really think that this is the best performance car you can get for the money, for the amount of speed and performance that it offers. You get a 6.2, and I'm just talking about the base model, right? This is a 3LT with the Z51 package, but even just the base model is so fast, and you still get the same dual clutch transmission. And so if you get one of these for under MSRP, if you get one of these for like $60,000, $55,000, you have, I think, the best performance car for the money. That's a steal. I know people are paying $55,000 for the Integra Type S. And if you need that because you need 4 doors, great. But if, truth be told, if it comes between, and you don't have to have the 4 doors, and it comes between an Integra Type S and a C8 Corvette, the C8 Corvette might be the way to go, unless you absolutely have to drive manual. Because if you only care about performance, and a lot of you do, based on the people that comment, you know, performance is what most people think about. Oh, the 0 to 60 this, you know, my truck can beat that. Or if you're one of those people that cares about that straight line speed or even track performance, the C8's the way to go. There's an R8. That reminds me, so when I'm in my Type R, people are always trying to race me or try to egg me on because they see the spoiler, they see it's a Honda Civic because of the reputation that Civics have for street racing, and they're always trying to race me or push me. I get trucks that'll ride my bumper. They want to see what I can do because, again, it has a spoiler, so they think it's aftermarket, and they think I'm just gonna like give them a go. But when I'm in my C8, I rarely get anybody that wants to race. And I'm not saying this is not the fastest car in the world. It's just a different mindset, I guess. The car you drive impacts the way people interact with you, and I think everybody knows that. But I'm talking about actually like being on the road in a car, switching between the two different cars. It changes the way people respond to you just being on the freeway or anywhere. So for this C8, actually, I forgot to even mention, I was driving on this freeway and some debris hit my front bumper. I will put a picture up to show you the damage. So I had to get that repaired. I actually found a good guy that does mobile paint repair because I didn't want to just fill it with a touch-up pen. And if this was PPF'd, it still would have went straight through that. So I got that fixed. And I've been thinking about long-term kind of what I want to do with this car since it's become mainly a garage queen. I want to get the high wing for this if I can get a nice exhaust. The problem is, of course, the exhaust for this car is pretty expensive. But I don't know, let me know what you think. It's interesting how much hate the steering wheel gets on the C8. The squarical steering wheel, like still 5 years after they debut, like people have never seen it before. This steering wheel gets so much hate. I can understand that most people don't like change. That change is, you know, it's unnerving for people, and so they're used to seeing a circular steering wheel. But man, the comments like, you know, that's ugly, I would change the wheel. You know, it's wild because this car has been out for a while, so it's nothing new. I figured people would have adjusted to it. I thought it was interesting when I first got the car, but it kind of grew on me just because it's, again, different. I could drive a circular steering wheel anytime I get in any other car. Something different in this car. Man, I had one guy, because the way my camera was sitting, I had one guy tell me that my alignment was off and this car had been in an accident. The comments on the internet crack me up because everybody's an expert and they're so willing to tell you what something is or how something is, and they can be completely wrong. It just kind of cracks me up when, like, none of that, like, they fantasize and they create things, they create scenarios that don't exist for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe it's out of boredom. The Bible says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Come on, C7, are you gonna get over? You gonna get over? Okay. So, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What that means is whatever is in your heart, you bring to the surface through your mouth. And what I'm noticing is people have such a need to want to tell people, like, their opinion to the point to where they will disregard somebody else. Yeah, sorry. They will like disregard another person in order for them to just want to be right, to want to flex. And that's backwards. And let me tell you why. God tells us two things. These are the commands that we have. We have to love God and we have to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So if we are to love another person, now, you know, telling people the truth is love, yes. But when something's not necessarily rooted in truth and something is more so for your own flex and you try to cut others down, that's the lack of love. And so the abundance of that person's heart is the lack of love that they have. So therefore, they are projecting that outwards when they do those things because they've never known love themselves. And so I see it on the internet all the time. It doesn't affect me personally. I'm saddened for the individuals that conduct themselves that way because, again, they've never known true love. True love is sacrifice. True love is care. True love, it's not lust. It's not about what you want. It's about doing good for the good of someone else. But yeah, the internet in particular is a cesspool of the lack of love because, again, these individuals have never been loved. So when I see these things, I genuinely pray for these individuals that they may know what it means to be loved, so that way they know how to genuinely love. As a follower of Christ, that's my calling. So anyway, that's what's on my heart today. Figured I would do a video in the C8 because it's been a while. Hope you are all well. Again, I've had so many Type R videos and I was doing sim racing videos. I'll put some more of that out. As you probably saw, I have a new intro that was thrown together. So yeah, I'm staying busy. My channel just passed 500 subs, which has been cool. So thank you all for the support. If you're so inclined to subscribe, go ahead. You know, I would love to have you and comment. I really love the engagement. But outside of that, God bless you all. Take care, and I'm out.